Before the betrayal, there was this moment. Shalom, Judas. He didn't storm in, he didn't shout. He came quietly, uncertain, perhaps even afraid, but something within him knew he needed to be there. And across from him sat Jesus, not startled, not angry, but with eyes full of sorrowful love, as if he already knew this would be their last honest moment before the world changed forever. This wasn't just a conversation. This was a crossroads, where destiny whispered, where betrayal was born, not with silver coins, but with silence. What if we told you the most important moment between Jesus and Judas didn't happen in the garden? What if the turning point came here, on the edge of hope and heartbreak? When Judas still had a choice? Because in this scene we don't just see a traitor, we see a friend, unsure, a follower, questioning, a man, torn between loyalty and fear, between control and surrender. And Jesus, he doesn't condemn. He invites, he pleads, he aches for Judas not to walk away. Before the kiss of betrayal, before the silver clinked into his hands, before the mob and the cross and the silence of the tomb, there was this moment, this seat, this chance. And now we finally see it unfold. This is more than a scene. It's a revelation, a look into the last chance Judas ever had, and the heartbreaking love Jesus still offered him. If you've ever wondered why Judas did it, if you've ever asked what if, you need to see this moment with your own eyes. Don't scroll past this. Don't miss what really happened behind the betrayal. Subscribe. Stay with us. Because what's coming next isn't just a story. It's the weight of eternity hanging in a single conversation. The conversation unfolds. John, it seems, has kept Judas's secret, and Jesus, though ever merciful, is no fool. He knows why Judas has come. He sees deeper than Judas realizes, beneath ambition, beneath loyalty, beneath fear. He sees the storm before it breaks. He sees the betrayal before the kiss. Would you like to sit? Jesus asks. Not with judgment, not with suspicion, but with calm grace, as if he's offering not just a seat, but a last chance. The words are gentle, open, an invitation to a soul already trembling at the edge. And so, Judas sits. What hangs in the air isn't awkwardness, it's weight, a sacred pause, a moment thick with eternal consequence. Two men, one divine, one divided, sitting in silence, on the cusp of history's greatest heartbreak. Finally, Judas breaks the stillness. We've arrived, he says, his voice thin with urgency, at the critical moment, and he isn't wrong. All of Israel has gathered. The streets thrum with hope. The crowds chant his name like a hymn. His teachings have stirred the hearts of the weary, the sick, the forgotten. His miracles are whispered as prophecy fulfilled. Rome watches nervously. The temple elites sharpen their tongues. Everyone knows something is about to shift, but no one knows how deeply. Judas leans in, eyes wide with a dangerous blend of admiration and anxiety. They're ready, Rabbi. The people want a king. They need someone to take up the mantle, to claim the birthright. And they believe it's you. His words spill over like a pitch in a boardroom, persuasive, polished, desperate. He calls Jesus Messiah. He calls him Son of David. He speaks of opportunity and timing and strategy. He speaks like a man who thinks he sees the whole board, but doesn't realize he's already been checkmated. And Jesus listens, patiently, painfully, like a parent watching their child chase fire, mistaking it for light. If I don't do whatever big thing you've imagined I should do right now, Jesus asks gently, will you still believe? Judas hesitates. And that hesitation? It says everything. Yes, he answers. But there's a crack in his voice, a fracture in his faith. Jesus doesn't strike him down. He doesn't shame him. Instead, he asks a deeper question, the only one that matters. Do you trust me? The room stills. Heaven holds its breath. What kind of question is that? Judas replies, almost offended. But his heart is already retreating. his confidence crumbling beneath the weight of unmet expectations. "I'm here to help you," Judas insists. "Why won't you take my advice? What am I even here for?" And suddenly, the mask slips. The ambition behind the devotion, the pride behind the passion, the need to be part of the plan, to matter, to be more than a background disciple. "If I am no use to your kingdom," Judas says bitterly, "then I am nothing." It is the moment, the exact moment, his soul begins to slip. Not with malice, but with emptiness. He doesn't see himself as a villain. He sees himself as discarded, unseen, unneeded. And in that aching void, the enemy whispers his most convincing lie. "You were made for more. Jesus sees it all. You have a choice to make, Judas," he says quietly. "I'm listening," Judas replies, and what follows is not a command, not a warning, but a plea. "Who do you belong to? Who has your heart? I want it. I've had it before. You followed me willingly. I want to continue. There is nothing more I want than that." And still, Judas hesitates. Even now, standing at the threshold of destiny, he's unsure. Jesus doesn't force him. He simply says the most crushing words of all. "Then I will pray for you." A pause, a breath, and then, "But for now, please, leave me in peace." Judas stands, silent, rejected, not by hatred, but by mercy that refuses to manipulate. He walks away not cast out, but allowed to choose his path. And that's the heartbreak of it all, because sometimes the greatest tragedy isn't betrayal with a sword. It's walking away from love that would have forgiven everything. This scene isn't just a conversation, it's a crucible, a moment when love meets ambition, when grace meets pride, when the Son of God tries, one last time, to reach the one who would sell him for silver. So if you've ever felt unnoticed, unworthy, like your mistakes disqualify you from grace, watch this scene again. Judas walked away. But you don't have to. Hit that subscribe button and join us as we unpack the most emotionally shattering moments from The Chosen. This one, it's not just heartbreaking, it's a warning, a mirror, a masterpiece, and maybe, just maybe, a call to come back before it.